Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Super Metroid Escape 2. I edited a little bit of useless meandering around and literally doing absolutely nothing out. Just because there would be no point to that being in here whatsoever. So, because I literally did nothing. So this room actually might be the one I was thinking of, with the fish. In fact, it is. So yeah, sand, kind of obnoxious. I finally figure out, oh, I can grapple onto the fish. And then obviously, that's kind of nice. So this is the room I learned that. I don't quite think this is the room that has the more interesting fish stuff in it. But yeah, you could still get out of there pretty easy. And this, it's kind of obvious speed boost blocks. It's like, oh. And I guess that's actually kind of a decent way of teaching you if you go look for that after you get Spring Ball. It's like, oh wait, I can now speed boost and Spring Ball. So there is that thing. Sort of added benefit too. And because I figured out I could morph while Shine Sparking, I was trying to get some Shine Spark ability there, but whatever. Did not work so well. So this big room we are traveling behind right now, that is the room with the gate before Botwoon. It's obviously a different room than the tube one we were just in. But so yeah, here is the interesting Botwoon thing. You can't go through the doors here because obviously it's a tube, it's a different layer. That door confused me for a while. I'm trying to remember what actually opens that. I think there might be a super missile door cap on the other side. Or something like that. No, not on the other side. I take that back. Because on the other side, it's just a gray door. You can't open. It's like blocking you off, so you have to find another way through there. And also like how there's pirates now in the tube we were just in. But oh hey, we can interact with them this time. So yeah. This room at first had me a little bit confused. It's like, oh, hey. Oh. Right. And again, with gates like this, you know the switch has to be in the same room. And we know it's not working on the redesigned thing where you open the switch and it stays open until you hit it again and close it. So we know it's not through another door connection. We have to be able to reach that gate after opening the switch. Which in Z Factor did a little twist on that because now you had to actually, whatchamacallit, find a different door in to open the thing, and then you had to do falls through crumble blocks and whatnot. So actually, if you keep going up against that wall on the right, you'll find where the switch is. I obviously was not doing that. It's somewhere in that wall over there. Of that, I am very sure. So yeah, I go back to trying useless things, thinking, hey, maybe if I look at it again, it'll be different this time. Like I said earlier, sometimes I don't understand myself. Like, what am I doing right now? It's the same gate. I was just there. It's like trying to make pizza out of a pancake. It just isn't going to work. So yeah, I'm confused right now. I'm like, well, this doesn't work. This is very, I don't know. Because I am not thinking very straight. And it's like, oh. Would you look at that? Well, that was a nice little find. So yeah, that's all it was. And what am I doing? I don't know. What in the world? And hello, pirate. At least, I have to give that one credit. It actually shot me. Not only shot at, it actually shot me. For a space pirate in Super Metroid, that is a big deal. So of course here you have one of those crossover rooms. It's like, oh, hey. And then Botwoon, of course. Now, I was a bit silly here. Because again, I did not really appreciate the whole beams are weaker thing and missiles are really good till after the fact. This works. But the beam is so weak, you have to do a lot more than the original. So as you can see, oh hey, he's still alive. So I'm like, that must not have worked at all. Because I'm assuming Plasma's still strong, so yeah, like 8 shots or whatever, he'll be dead. But no, the X-ray thing does work. And now this room is interesting to me. Because it has the water effect thing going off. So, I'm kind of thinking you're meant to be able to get back here without gravity and get this? I don't know. I don't know what other reason there would be for the water to do that. I'm not sure what the thought behind that was. And speaking of that, by the way, right now I'm just looking to see how do I get to Draygon, which is incorrect. But to do that little water glitch thingy, what you do is set the water at a height near the very top of the room. And then you set it either, or you could do it with acid or lava too. But you set, after you get it near the top of the room, you set it either as a low tide or a high tide. And when the water gets high enough to scroll off the top of the screen, it just disappears from the room entirely. So depending on where the water is located near the top and obviously which tide it has, that is going to determine like how long the water stays on or off and so forth. So yeah, that door is still locked. Right now, like I said, it looks like I'm supposed to go to the right of the safe station up top. But again, there's nothing you can do over there. You're just blocked off still. And this is the part where it gets really confusing. Oh yeah, I think I did a thing. Look at that impressive skill. So yeah, you don't even need to roll through there. I forgot I did that. So, hooray for that. But yeah, this part was just really, really confusing. It's like, how am I supposed to get over there? Get to Draygon and do this stuff. Defeat the shrimp. And there really is no straightforward answer on the map or anything. There is a sort of, kind of, not really a hint. And the big room that you connect up to underneath the room before Spring Ball, or after Spring Ball, I guess. In that room on the map, you can see a door connection down to empty space where the map doesn't show anything. That is the only hint. You can kind of see it there. Maybe I'll get a picture of it, blow it up on the thing here. I'll have to remind myself to do that before this is over. But yeah, that is literally the hint for how to get to Draygon. It's like, oh hey, there's a thing on the map. It says there's a door here. Maybe you should find how to get to it. There's no hint to it otherwise. And that's even if you're paying attention to that. Because that's not something I really cared to notice. while I was playing the hack, which that is partially my fault. But again, with new stuff and hacks, you kind of have to expect players. Yeah, and here's the other side. I was expecting to use that door to get down to Draygon, but nope. But with new stuff and hacks, you kind of have to expect players not to really always get it that well. But yeah, it's right there in the screen underneath Draygon. Maybe I don't need to get a picture of it. I'm getting a pretty good look at it right now. So, yeah, that's literally everything there is to it. Go to Draygon backwards, and then you end up looping around to the front of him. It is quite a little bit of a winding path to get there. I also like how Ice Beam. It's still obviously got some blue in it. But it's not just blue. It's a little purpley. I just feel obligated to mention other colors when I see them now. It's like, you know, there's still blue in it, but I see something else there too. That's like a major improvement for this. And that's not really something you say about hacks ever. It's like, he improved it by adding a second color. Like, that's... Not that there's anything wrong with the blue. For the most part, I like the blue in the hack. It's just that it's so much of it. It's everywhere. It's like, give me some sort of break from this. My eyes, they need to see things that aren't blue. Which I guess is why the Fearful Lab's in there. And parts of Spospo. Which is still an amazing area name. Spospo is pretty impressive for an area name. I don't know why, but I like it. So yeah, back in this big room. You can't do anything to actually advance the Meridia from the top part of the turbo tube. It's just not possible. So everything to advance is down the turbo tube, while there's some items up top. And my wall jumping skills are strong. And yeah, I ran into that crab. So yeah, there's fish just sitting around. It's like, look at all these wonderful grapple points. Gave you a way to get through. So, we were on that bottom part of that tube that we couldn't break. Here is the room. And if you notice something, no you didn't. That's the backside of Spring Ball right there. There is a spot on the floor in this room that you have to find. And that's the key to advancing. Because there's a little door indication on the big room underneath Draygon, but yeah. That is your ticket to completing the water maze. That. No hint. It's just at least it's not a bomb block. I have to give it that much. You can shoot it and it'll break. So there's that. But still, that's just no. Like, if you want to hide an item down there, sure, go for it. But an actual thing someone has to find to advance, that's... I consider that some poor design. A poor choice, anyway. Which, of course, I am totally able to say after making SLT and all that, because, you know, I'm an expert in poor design choices. Look at that lovely sand glow. So yeah, although, like, I wish a certain hack named Redesign had the sand in this. Or the treadmills, I guess I should say. So it's not the sand. Although I guess sand is made with treadmills. But I wish that it had the sand in it, because the sand in Redesign is horrible to get out of. And you want to fall down and collect that item. I will do that, and you want to. That is an energy tank, and you need all the energy tanks you can get. But yeah, the sand in Redesign is absolutely horrible. Kind of wish it had the treadmills to push you back toward where you can get out of it faster. Who knows, maybe his Axial Edition will have that. Or something like that. I don't know. I guess we'll find out someday. So yeah, this part, it's pretty straightforward. You just loop back around to go up to Draygon from the front, like you normally would. And here, excuse me, as I am checking my map to make sure, but that is where you want to go. Fall down. Fall down. That way, you get the energy tank. I'm glad I got this. We are getting closer and closer to the part where reasons for collecting missiles and stuff as energy tanks is especially valuable. We're getting closer and closer. I don't want to ruin the surprise if you're unfamiliar with this hack. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this person managed it. I'm trying to work some things out in my head, so I have some ideas, but I'll hold those back until later. If there's even time to discuss them after we get there. But yeah, there is definitely something interesting there. So anyway, the rest of this is basically just getting straight to right in front of Draygon. And then stopping. It's really straightforward. This was the room I was thinking of with the fish. It makes interesting grapple points. Because now you have more movement variety with your grapple points than you would have with either the grapple rippers, grapple blocks, things like that. Because with rippers, it's side to side. You can make them not stop when you rip them. When you grapple them. Yes, when you rip them. You can make them not stop, but they still only go side to side. The fish can do all kinds of things. So, the fish are quite interesting. That's what opens the gray doors. That's what does it. Saw the switch over the one that door is now open, so now you can get here. So like, I just wanted to make sure. Like, I have a refill right here. Just make sure that's open. So yeah, that's actually kind of nice. You have this shortcut of sorts built in now. Although why you would come back here, I don't know, unless you're just looking all over the place for items. Which is not unreasonable after you come across the last area. So yeah, this room probably looks somewhat familiar. Or the top part of it anyway. The bottom part was the one with the fish in it still. So yeah, more movie grapple points. But it's kind of clear it's designed after the, what do they call that room? The big room before Draygon and the original. It's where they do like the full half-E and the half-E that shines spark. I don't remember what they call it. So yeah, anyway, this is where I end up stopping off. There's just a little bit more before Draygon. and we will be taking care of him, collecting Spring Ball, and doing some other stuff starting in the next video. So thanks for watching, and we will see you for that.